She don't take long to cut hair.
You know, it must be getting pretty hot up there around 155 because I was looking on the internet. Let me see if I can pull this up. Somebody's driving down the road and they took this picture of this woman mowing her yard and she ain't got a stitch of clothing on her.
She's butt naked.
It does appear that way. I'm guessing she's got shoes on. You don't see any of that when you're going down the road down 155, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, I guess it is pretty hot up there. So.
That's pretty good.
Well, you know, hey, if you can get away with it,
Yeah.
go for it. So, all right. Here
Okay.
we are now.
Here we are, yes.
Read them and weep. Now you were with
I was with Tom
and I had it up there. What?
Charboy.
Is that how you say it?
We call
Right
it
there.
Charboy, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here you were, right here. Or at least that's where he was.
Yeah.
And you're in there,
Two down.
two down. But
Yeah.
anyway, this was hardcore, I think, wasn't it?
Mhm, it
And
was.
y'all were fishing on the east side.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the spillway up to Big Caney side.
Yeah. So you were up in Glade, is that right? No?
We went in Glade, but
Wasn't nothing there?
we didn't catch anything there. We finally came out to the deep water fish where we caught them. And where we caught what few we caught.
Yeah.
But it was pretty pathetic for us, but it was pretty pathetic for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, most people, it looks like the majority caught 3 or less.
Yeah.
Because because there was a second place caught 3. That's pretty good. He had 3 good fish.
Yeah.
And the co-anglers, it didn't take much on the co-angler side to come out ahead either.
Yeah. Did y'all have any wind up there that day?
No, it was dead
just
still.
Dead hot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was not my kind of day. Of course, I'm so glad to be getting out of the back end of somebody else's boat. I think I could jump up and down and scream and shout.
Yeah.
Thursday, 97, 6 south at 6. Oh, if it'll
6
blow,
mile an hour, yeah.
if it'll blow 6 mile an hour, I'll be happy.
That wouldn't be bad. That would be okay, but it's,
That's enough to cool you off, and not so much that you can't chunk into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you got a few more days of this, and then it'll probably start getting a little cooler, so.
Yeah. Probably another month.
So you got your new motor?
Yeah.
Now, how'd this go? I mean, last I heard, you still had the other one. You're trying to work on it.
Well, that's what we were trying to do, was get the other one fixed, and they couldn't use them to use parts that I'd found or that they had. They couldn't get it to run. And apparently, this is a motor that they'd ordered to put on a barge or something, and the barge didn't come in, so he discovered they actually had one.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 22, and it's an SHO 4-stroke 250, and it's hanging on my boat and it's paid for.
So you got to sell other ones? Is that what you got to do?
I'll just scrap it and sell a few pieces off it. I imagine it has no real value.
Okay.
The lower unit's good. That'll be something I can sell because it'll fit any of that series of motors.
Yeah. Well, you don't think that they can fix that motor,
The machine shops,
they gave up on it.
I'm not going to throw any more money at it.
Well, I understand that, but it's just I'm surprised that they, can't fix it. Well, okay.
I was a little disappointed too.
Yeah, I bet so.
Because that would have been by far the cheaper way to go about it. But
yeah,
I think this is for the long haul. This is probably the better way, because if it came true that that particular motor doesn't last as long as it should, then I'd be facing this again, at some time in the future.
right. Yeah.
Of course, at that point in time, the new ones might not be quite so scarce because I paid full buck. I paid
I'm
full
sure you
ticket
did.
for it.
Yeah. It went light on it.
Yeah, they did.
none of it's gonna be right now, so
Yeah.
it's hard to get anything. I've heard of some people that were building houses that they're just like months and months behind.
That's what I keep hearing too. And I took it up to the lake the day before yesterday, and I went back this morning and took it over to Lake Fort Fiberglass. That's the guy that put the gator hull on it here.
Yeah.
8-9 years ago, and he's honoring his warranty. He's going to fix the places. And
Okay.
so he said it'll be ready tomorrow sometime. So I'll go back to Longview and get my stuff ready, gathered up, and call him in the morning and say what time.
Yeah.
And head back up there, and then go out and start the break-in process. You know, an hour at less than 1,000 RPM, and then another hour at 1 or 2,000, just out in the heat of the day.
Yeah.
At least you'll be moving.
Who are you fishing with this week? Do you know?
Is it Herb Powell?
Powell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever fished with Mr. Powell, but I'm going to have to call him and tell him that we're not going to be pre-fishing because I'm going to be trying to get the boat ready to go for Thursday, and then we'll go out there Thursday and see what we can come up with.
So how's y'all's membership coming? You got plenty of boaters and all
We've
that?
got too many boaters now.
Too many
We
boaters.
went from
Okay.
feast to famine, so it never balances out. We fished. How many did we have last week? Oh well.
How many of the spots there are?
15 teams. So that's 30 people fish, which is not bad.
No, that's pretty
a
good.
big bass club.
Pretty good showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as the weather cools off a little bit, we've got about 5 or 6 more that will come back.
Mhm.
They're just laying out because it's so hot. And I'm hoping we'll start getting some more new. We're getting some interest in joining. So
Yeah. So what do you do when you got more boaters than you got co-anglers? Somebody just fishes by themselves? Is that how that goes?
that if you got one odd wad, that's the way it works. But see, like Tom and I fished. I'm a boater.
Right.
But Tom and I fished in the back of his boat as a boater. So that's what we do.
Yeah.
They just pair you up with somebody else.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And you fish out of the back of somebody else's boat, but you're competing against the boaters,
Which is fine.
yeah, it
I
really
don't see any
is. I
problem
mean, it's
with
not that big. It puts you at a little bit of disadvantage, but hey, what the heck? You're just fishing, having fun. You're getting to go fishing. So
Right,
better
yeah.
than sitting at home, which would be the other possibility of it. Yeah, and the co-anglers, of course, we have had times when we've had too many co-anglers, more co-anglers than we had boaters, and when that happens, somebody just has to stay at home.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
of course, it's amazing how many of the co-anglers actually own boats and live on the lake, but
Yes.
fish as co-angler. So anyway,
Well, this month, I mean, this weekend, I looked at your schedule here, and if it wasn't for Victory Bass,
that's right. There wouldn't be
you
much.
wouldn't have nothing at all. Let me tell you something. Those guys are holding up their end of the bargain, but nobody's filling in with them. So,
That's true. That's
but
true.
next month that's going to change when we go to
It's
September.
September things do start happening. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
So
See, Saturday, let's see, nothing on the first Saturday.
yeah. But then you got Mad
Dog,
Mad
the
Dog
second
Moore
Saturday. Yeah, and then
coming up, and Big Splash,
something
and
every weekend
whatever
from
else,
now.
and I'm sure Victory's still there too, and
Yeah.
that's a pretty good little tournament. If you can stay up at night, that's a probably, especially during the heat of the summer, that's probably the time to go if you can.
I agree, and I'd love to do it, but it's been so long since I fished at night. I don't know what to do.
All right,
If nothing else, used to, I'd go out and, if I didn't have anything better, I'd just throw a big black spinnerbait, and it always worked for me. But I don't know, maybe it would now too. I know we've got one man that lives that has a trailer in our RV park. That's all he does is night fishing, and they catch some big fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he and his partner, they go out Saturday night, usually about 9 o'clock, and they'll stay out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They're coming and going. But, so I know that they can catch fish out there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, that's I ain't got a whole lot going today other than the naked woman on the
Yeah.
mow. I wish I could get her to come over here and mow my yard.
Really?
I don't care if she wears clothes or not. Just get out there and mow that yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any neighbors, so it shouldn't be a big problem, you know.
I do agree.
That's about all I got right now, I guess.
Unfortunately, I can't think of anything else to.
Well, it's a slow time, you know, and but you remember several years ago? It was about this time of year, several years ago, in Lake of the Pines, that there was I forget the exact how the story went, but they had like a team of archaeologists out there hunting this big catfish. Remember that big catfish on Lake of the Pines?
Yeah.
And it started out being like a couple of hundred pounds, and by the time they got through,
It was 800 pounds.
1,500 pound catfish, and it was like swallowing, you know,
Yeah.
dogs off the side of the bank, and it was just a slow time of the year. And if you were really wanting to really do something, this is probably the time to do it, or get publicity.
Yeah, it was up there around Willow Point, I think, is where they were looking for it.
I remember he worked for Ernie Dishman up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember Dishman's marina right there on 155 Bridge, you know, where the
Okay, yeah.
yeah. Oh, Ernie, he owned that. Him and Dot, his wife is named Dot, and they own that place. And the guy was working for him at the time, you know. And I don't know how that story got started, but it seemed like they had they were like National Geographic or something out there, some kind of you know. And
Somebody had some credentials, apparently.
Tyler TV station got a hold of that thing, and it just went wild. This guy, he apparently liked to embellish, and he was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I do.
yeah. So I don't know if they ever caught that fish.
No,
you know,
they
probably
never caught it, I promise you. Nope, it didn't get caught.
Yeah, I remember talking to her.